Welcome, everybody, to On Occasion with Chris
and Kanan.
This is our final episode of Season 1. Pretty pumped to be here at the Nashville Center of Integrative Health.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Solid.
We're going to actually get some IVs today from our friend, Nurse Practitioner Jaimee Arroyo.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to be a guest with us, and we're going to talk about recovery and also prepping for a wedding and recovery from weddings because the hangover is real. And for vendors and also bride and grooms and whole wedding parties. So yeah. Thanks for being with us.
Yep, we're going to go in, get started, and we'll see you guys inside.
Peace.
Peace. All right, here we are. Well, welcome. We're here in Hopewell Family Care's IV therapy room. As you can tell from the vibes, this is usually a Zen space. It's going to be a little more excitable today in terms of like what this space feels like. But in general, this is usually a place where you can like
go to sleep.
Go to sleep, exactly. Mm-hmm. And what I want to do right now is introduce Jaimee Arroyo. She is one of the owners. She is the primary family care practitioner here at Hopewell Family Care, and very talented woman. She's a total boss. I've known her since I was 14, and so long history here. She's my primary care physician.
Some days.
Most often I get bad news and I'm told I'm the most non-compliant of her patients.
Yeah,
so
I hate taking care of you.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun for me. But is there anything else you want to say to introduce yourself before we continue?
No, you didn't say where we were from.
Oh yeah, we're out in Hermitage, Tennessee. If you're flying in, we're about 10 minutes from the airport. If you're coming from Nashville, it's about 15, 20, depending on traffic. Yeah?
That 20 to 25 or 30, 35, 40.
Depending on the day and how Austin, Texas we're feeling,
yes.
Traffic can be worse.
Yes.
But in general, roundabout time frame.
And why are we here, Kanan?
We're here because today we want to talk. Well, okay, so
concentrate.
Yeah.
I love how you were like told her not to look at the camera, and he's looked at the camera for like 15 minutes solid.
Yeah.
But look at the freaking camera.
Are you gonna? All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean the wrong person.
Yeah, you did. You're supposed to do that to me.
And if you're gonna look at the camera, look over here.
This is my angle.
Yeah, it's
all right,
that's the
cool.
center. That's the center.
He's in like he looks like.
I think I'm actually just looking at Chris the whole time.
Special.
No, that's your camera.
He's literally looking like this the entire interview.
Yeah, so I'm like leaning over.
Yeah, you're just over there with James.
Let me get that drool for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Also, we're getting IVs.
Yeah. Also, we currently are getting
stuff
IVs.
In your arm.
Yes.
Still looking at that
Chris,
camera.
God dang.
Get us all.
I'm gonna look at you. And
okay.
Jaimee.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna do. So what we're doing today is me and Chris, I gotta be careful with this arm. I'm gonna put this down here. Is we're getting IVs. We, as photographers, get IVs a couple times a year specifically, mostly moving into the busy season in the spring and the busy season in the fall. Typically getting an immune boost and a vitamin boost to get ready for busy season so we don't get sick and have to miss shoots. So we're gonna talk about some of that today. But then some of the other stuff we want to talk about is really just how these IVs and these other some of the other therapies that can happen in here in this space, what are their benefits and why they're a good idea for both clients like bride, grooms, wedding parties, things like that, but also people in the industry.
Sounds boring.
No, it's not going to be boring.
But weddings are just so brutal.
Yes.
They really are, man. I wake up every Sunday and Anna's like, let's go do family life today. And I'm like, I need to stay in bed. I'm sorry. I'm 41 and just wore me out. Didn't even drink at the wedding. I'm just
tired.
done.
You're just tired.
Oh, thank you. I feel so hurt right now.
Really? That was such a gentle way to say that. That was so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll make sure Anna sees this part of the clip.
No, all right. So one of the things we want to talk about is one of the things we see a lot with weddings specifically is wedding parties, bride and grooms, week before, they drink too much, they party too hard. And then on top of that, there's like a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress.
Emotions.
Yep. And almost without fail, typically that whole group is coming in like rough.
At least the guys. Yeah.
So this podcast is more for you guys so that you have less to tolerate as photographers because you're hoping we heal people with the IVs.
you're really calling out our selfish ambition with this part of it. That's
we don't want to
we're here
deal
to
with
help
emotional
people.
brides. Can you
Man.
help us do our job?
I did not know this was I was gonna get called out in the first 20 minutes
I
of
feel
the podcast.
so vulnerable right now.
So yes, I'm gonna look at the camera now for this one, for the internet. Wrong camera. For this one, yes, it's a little selfish because we have to deal with you guys on the wedding day and you're falling apart all day.
So emotional.
So the IVs can help you help
them.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they need all the help they can
We
get.
really do.
Yeah.
Thank you. So before a wedding or post recovery after a wedding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the
So
hope.
really, like, there's two things we were thinking here. Like, talking about, one, from you on, like, the medical side,
Sure.
what's happening to them.
Yeah.
That they're obviously, like, they're doing things. But, like, with that combination of alcohol, stress, anxiety.
Well, they're binge drinking.
But what's going on in their
doing
body? And then,
things.
like, how can these IVs help them?
Yeah. So, like, one thing I don't think most people realize is that when you are, like, really stressed and you're really anxious, you stop absorbing all of your nutrients. Like, your intestine can't do its job.
So, like, Smoothie King green smoothie is not going to cut
You're
it.
probably just, like, making expensive diarrhea at that point. You're not, you are incapable because your body's kind of going into flight and fight.
Mhm.
You know, some brides do flight.
Yeah.
Grooms too.
Yeah.
The cold
Oh, yeah.
feet, you know.
I saw it happen once.
That's so
10 minutes
sad.
before the ceremony.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. His
Yeah.
groom pulled me aside, and we went out to outside this church, and he's like, "Hey, man, you ever had a groom leave before the wedding?" And I was like, "Not yet."
Did he leave?
Not
Sorry,
yet.
I implied he did. He did not leave, and they're happily married and have kids.
Oh my
But
God,
he-
you were like the
But
counselor.
he was thinking about. No, I
You
wasn't.
saved kids' lives.
I wasn't because I wasn't intervening. Maybe I
Those
should have.
Kids
I was
almost
like,
didn't exist.
no, I was like, hey, if
Yeah.
you need to go, man, you got to go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was just. It's on him.
Because your fee was already covered.
Well, it wasn't about the fee.
Yeah, you already got paid,
Yeah, I
so
already
you
got
don't
paid.
care.
Well, I
What
do
do you
care.
care?
I just wanted him to make the decision.
Yeah, you
Anyways.
didn't. Yeah, I understand.
But
Well,
if he had had an IV, he wouldn't even thought about
he
it.
wouldn't have even thought about it. He would have been super calm. You know, that is the hack. You know, people are big into that term biohacking.
Yeah.
It's like a buzzword
It's
everywhere.
a big bro health
It's
word
totally
as
a big, yes, it's a bro health word. So what's happening is instead of your intestine absorbing the nutrients, blood is basically shunting to your muscles because you're about to run from a bear or a bride. It depends on what you're running from, you know? And so the blood's going to the muscles so that you can run and get out of there, right?
Yeah.
So because we don't have a very good functioning organ that's absorbing nutrients, you're going to get low on your B vitamins, your magnesium. Those are the things that help calm you and keep you stable. Like literally, so like the bride that's losing it, she's losing it because she doesn't have any nutrients available.
well. Yeah.
She's been binge drinking, maybe. You know, I think brides are becoming more conscientious
Health
about
conscious.
that.
Right.
Like there's even like a huge move on social media where you see these brides like picking more like spa
Yeah.
scenarios
Yeah.
for their
exactly.
for their bridal parties,
Mhm.
you know? And so, you know, they're getting facials and massages and, you know, cocktails of this and that, non-alcoholic,
Mhm.
all to prep them because
Yeah.
like being healthy is you know in vogue right now. So like or if they really you know can afford it, they're taking them to like a spa destination somewhere where they're getting all sorts of
God, I wanna be at a bachelor party right now.
or
Right.
you know things like that.
Which is
So-
one of the reasons we wanted to like do this. This is our final episode. You're our final episode of season 1.
I'm the grand
So-
finale.
Yeah, you're the
Mhm.
grand finale.
I'm
But
honored.
that was one of the reasons we wanted to do it, is because that is something that's happening. We were joking about it. We think what happened is like millennials becoming health conscious. We watched our parents just sort of raw dog life with like
it's
beer
amazing
and
we're
cigarettes.
alive.
Yeah.
Like how did we survive?
yeah.
If you're a
And-
child of the 80s or 90s, you probably have mental health issues, but you're still breathing.
yeah.
So there you go. That's
We're,
good for
yeah,
you.
so like our generation now, as we're getting older, we're like, oh, you guys lived life like this? This is awful. This feels terrible.
Yes.
So now we're like doing IVs
Yes.
and
So
things like that.
That IV, you can show your arm. You know,
That's my arm.
if you
It's
want
a
to
pretty
see.
big arm.
Some people. Oh yeah,
it's
good.
yeah, I've got a
Good
pretty
job.
big arm.
Thank
Don't
you.
don't flex. It'll
Okay.
keep it from going in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but instead of you like taking nutrients in your mouth and expecting your intestine to do the job. This gets you 99% bioavailability. So everything that's in that bag is literally going to your cells.
Like being used.
It's being used.
by your body.
Then
Yeah.
how long will I feel the effects? Like if I was a bride, like when ideally, if my wedding's Saturday, when do I want to come in?
Well, it just really depends on everything that's going on with you. Like if that was your lifestyle this year, like you were anxious a lot. I mean, and planning a wedding is not easy.
Stressful.
Do you know that the other day so I've been married for almost 15 years, and the other day it hit me like a ton of bricks that I didn't designate a cleanup crew. And we had
You just realized this?
I realized it like 14 years later. And so
really funny.
I was like actually really nervous because we got married at the same place that your brother got married.
Yeah.
They're just so sweet, the Andersons, and they have
Yeah,
a
super
beautiful
fun
house.
family.
They planted flowers for our wedding, and I was like, who cleaned up their yard? I was like,
Oh,
who
that's
did
funny.
that? So I called my mom and my dad, and I said, who did that? And they go, we did.
Absolutely, they did.
They stayed there till midnight and cleaned up everything, and I was like, I suck. They said, well, at least you gave us grandchildren. So,
Nice. There you
you
go.
know, there was like
Win-win.
mutual benefit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
clean up after the wedding. I give you grandbabies. I
But
feel like that's fair.
All I just say, planning a wedding is very stressful. So it is likely they've been stressed out for a prolonged period
Sure.
of time,
Mhm.
and they could be really depleted. You know, symptoms that you probably are not getting the nutrients you need would be like if you're not sleeping well,
Mhm.
you're really anxious, you feel like you're picking fights with, you know, your mother-in-law, your mother, the bridesmaid,
That's all it is.
maid
An
of
IV will
honor.
fix the fights of the mother-in-law.
Yeah, the
It's good.
groom's sister, your second cousin, your first aunt.
Dude, these
your
IVs are
grandma.
There's a
magic.
lot of stress here.
Do you know, I've been a bridesmaid several times, and there is nothing more tension filled than that, like getting ready time. Like you guys are taking pictures and like,
Oh,
everybody-
we feel it.
We feel it.
oh, but women, like it is to the nth degree. And I don't even feel like I'm super intuitive, but I was just like, oh my God, the level of emotions that are in this room. Like she hates her. She doesn't like her. She's jealous of her.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Yeah, I don't pick up on that stuff, so that's nice for me.
Oh,
I-
my God.
it's-
You do.
As soon as I walk in the room, I'm like, oh, crap.
So one of the most
terrible.
zen brides I
Just like we're
ever
all
saw
friends.
did these IVs before.
Yeah.
And she just had, you know, okay, so magnesium and B12 and all these nutrients that are in these bags help your body make more neurotransmitters. Those are like your happy, like your dopamine, your
Yeah.
serotonin. She was so zen because she had come in, I think even monthly, as she was that was her thing that she was gonna do. Like that was her gift to herself, and she was the zenest bride I've ever
Wow,
ever
that's awesome.
seen. Yeah,
That's
so I think
awesome.
it depends on, to answer your question. That was a really long answer, but it just depends on what you got going on. Like if you've had stress for a while, you can assume you're pretty depleted,
Mhm.
and I would maybe plan ahead. If you're like, I just wanna, you know, some people do want to let loose a little bit and have a drink or two because they're just like, this is a high stress scenario.
Mhm.
You know, I'd like to be chill. And so I think pre-gaming it with an IV is a good idea.
So you're saying pre-gaming even before you go into
Yeah.
having some drink mode.
Mhm.
Well, then, like,
Okay.
does a one shot help too? In the sense of a lot of couples now don't go on a honeymoon immediately. They'll like leave a week later,
Mhm.
so they're waking up after their wedding hungover or
Mhm,
tired. Like if they come in the
I
day
would
after
just-
the wedding, is
I
that
would just
also
schedule
helpful?
it. I would literally schedule it because then you have, you know, you can pick the time of day. Whereas like if you call the same day, you're left to what's ever left on the schedule.
Oh yeah.
So if you know what day you're getting married, most
Yeah.
people know that 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years in advance these days. You could just
Fair.
schedule it for the next day.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was another thought we had with like that Chris just brought up, where you now have couples who are like kind of taking a few days to
Mhm.
recover from their
Mhm.
wedding before
Mhm.
they head off on their honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, what a cool idea then to be like, hey, why don't you do a little immune boost
Sure.
recovery, especially even with travel now, like flu's up, like all these people are getting
Well,
sick again.
Here's
Like,
the funny thing. Most people think they get sick in their country of destination.
Mhm.
What I've been taking care of world travelers for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'd like to submit to
Mhm.
the party is that it's not the country of destination, it's actually the airport.
Airplane,
Oh,
airport.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, it is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like airports are the petri dishes of the world. They're so gross. And I would say like wash your hands a ton while you're in the airport. Don't be like taking your bags through security and then like open up your chips and then eat your chips. Like people do that all the time.
I do it all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
so
thinking about
you're
You're
doing
admitting
it
how gross you are as a person.
Why do you think my hair fell out? You know?
because you ate chips in the airport.
Absolutely. It touched the chair rails and
Licked your fingers.
I've licked some fingers in the airport.
That's disgusting. Oh my god.
We gotta clarify. Whose fingers are you looking at the airport?
Why do you think my hair fell out? Anyways,
Whose fingers did you lick?
listen, I want to throw in here that I regret that we left for our honeymoon the day after our wedding. We had like an 8 a.m. flight.
It
was terrible.
just can't recover right now.
Hold on.
Not ready for that story. All right.
No, we can't. We can move on. I don't know if we should know who's.
I don't know that we should
Well,
know.
I don't have any names.
just kind strangers.
Jaimee.
I don't know. People have interesting lives. I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
I've done some weird stuff in airports.
You've licked somebody's fingers in an airport? Did they have like chocolate
That I
on them?
remember?
Like, did you
I don't know if I could
here,
say
let me
I
get
remember
that
it.
for you?
No, listen, I'm not trying to directly imply I was licking people's fingers. I'm just letting it hang out there. I want people to be curious.
Yeah. Don't be a yes man.
I'm a yes
That's
man.
what Chris is trying to
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
You know?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways, I regret that we left our wedding early. We did the Irish
I
goodbye.
thought you were going to
know?
say I regret
Y'all were
licking
there.
fingers. But no, you
Yeah, Irish goodbye.
left
You did
Irish
Irish goodbye at your wedding, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I did that because I was so tired, which is lame. But we left early because I knew we had a flight early in the morning. And we should just plan the honeymoon later.
Yeah, which is why
You
people
should've.
are postponing it, because
Right.
you are like going straight from all that stress, all that anxiety,
Yeah.
most people drinking too much,
Mm-hmm.
no sleep, straight to your honeymoon. And then it's like half your honeymoon is recovery time. Like,
Right.
just trying to make
Oh
up
my
from
gosh.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to like a really amazing destination, you do want to enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
So
We went to Alabama. Sorry.
You go to the space.
Wah, wah.
What's
I
the
wish we were doing
aerospace?
more.
You went to the aerospace museum.
It's pretty awesome in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Where not to go on
but
your
it is pretty
honeymoon?
cool. It is pretty cool.
Could I be on the season 2?
Yeah, we can do that. We could go to the
Wait.
aerospace museum, do a pod there. I
Um,
don't know who we'd interview, but probably someone who's licked some fingers at an airport.
I said the next installment would be where to not go on your
Oh, where to
honeymoon.
not go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't want to go there then. Yeah, we'll fix that.
hey, is there anything else at Hopeful Family Care that people could do to prepare themselves for a wedding or after?
Yeah. So like if we have massages. Those are really nice.
I've gotten one here.
Yeah,
It's very nice. I had
we-
Batman neck.
Uh-huh.
They fixed me.
They fixed you.
They fixed me.
I
They
can
didn't
see
give
it
me
right now.
Batman neck. I
They
came in
fixed
because
you.
of Batman neck.
Okay, just
So bad,
clarifying.
like Batman neck, so bad I couldn't drive. I had to be driven in
Yeah,
to
Really?
fix my
you
Batman neck.
couldn't get
It
here
was
'cause
messed
you
up.
were
Yeah,
like
it was
this.
real bad.
We have saunas, which are really, really great way to detox from alcohol.
Now
you
hold
know?
on, because you have different types of saunas.
We have
You
an infrared.
infrared.
Yes.
All right, so that I don't think most people know about. Like
well,
what that does
it
for you.
doesn't get as hot,
Okay.
and that's probably good. You know, you don't want to necessarily.
Especially if you're dehydrated and
Right.
hungover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be like a deeper tissue type of effect? or-
It's more so it'll kill mold if it's
Oh,
in your,
really?
and
I
if
didn't
you live
know.
in Nashville, you have mold in your body. Like just if you didn't know that,
It's our life.
you probably have mold in your body. The whole of Nashville's been underwater.
It's true.
That's
Multiple
true,
times.
yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
So,
And we're just so humid here.
blah, blah,
Everything's
blah,
just
blah,
wet
blah,
all
blah,
the time.
yes. We also have electronic lymphatic therapy,
ELT.
which is really cool. In fact, as far as like getting on an airplane, you tend to get really dehydrated and your lymph tends to get really sluggish. Like one of the most viral videos on the internet right now is actually of one of my good friends on social media. Her name's Katie Yurko,
Okay.
and she's literally just showing people how to like stimulate the big 6 areas in your body to help promote lymph drainage, because you feel crappy when you get off a plane
Yeah.
because your lymph is not moving and draining. It's gotten stagnant. And so This might be a little Debbie Downer, but like a lot of brides are going on birth control. You know, there's the concern about like blood clots
Mhm.
when you're in an airplane. And so like stimulating your lymph and getting your circulation to continue to move is actually like a really good move
Nice.
if you've just started birth control and you're going to get on an airplane.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
ELT is really cool. It involves these light bulb things. That it was one of my favorite things at science museums where it's that globe with the static that you touch
yeah,
it.
it follows your fingers when you touch it or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
It kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
But it's really effective for helping improve circulation in the body. Great move. Like if you're going to get on an airplane, highly recommend it. And if you do that before an IV, you increase the absorption into your tissues.
Oh, so you're saying do ELT?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that
Before
like
the
right
IV.
after, or do you need to like take a minute to like let that lymph drain?
No, you can do it
system?
right after. Like
Nice.
it is literally opening up everything.
Nice. So it's gonna like help even
Mhm.
push the toxins that are released from
like
ELT
especially
too.
if you like held yourself tense all day for like
Mhm.
pictures and you're like geez and
Mhm.
giving you wear weird things and things are tight and you
Yeah.
have high heels, you walk differently or you sit.
Mhm.
It's nice to kind of loosen you up before the IV.
I wore a pair of pants to a wedding once that were too tight.
How'd that go?
Well, I'll tell you.
Mhm.
It was when I lived in Atlanta.
Would
still.
you tell me?
I would love to. Thank you for asking.
He's going to right now.
Okay.
And I had not done my laundry, so the day of this wedding I was photographing, I asked my roommate Ross, I was like, hey, can I borrow a pair of your pants? And Ross was maybe
This is a great story already.
one size smaller than me.
Mm-hmm.
And this season of my life, I didn't wear underwear. It was a long season, about 7 years I didn't wear underwear. And
Why? What were you wanting to accomplish?
I don't know, I just liked it.
It was like a freedom thing.
I don't know if it was freedom. I wasn't like trying to.
Like it felt nice.
It felt nice, yeah.
Mhm.
Did
Yeah.
it feel nice? Did you
Yeah.
not chafe?
No.
Really?
No,
I mean-
no chafing.
I have to wear.
Maybe he doesn't have chubby thighs.
Well,
I'm built like a tree trunk. I chafe.
Now I will say this story's got a couple parts to it. I mean,
It's like
the first part
two
is,
hickory trees rubbing together.
I've traveled with you. I'll verify that.
That woman did not know what she just walked into. She looked in here and was like, wrong room.
Oopsie. No problem.
I'll give a little context. We'll get there. I'll
Yep.
make it as efficient as possible.
It's gonna be great.
Probably
But-
not.
Yeah, probably not. But anyway, so I used to not wear underwear,
Yeah.
and I was having some pain. So I went to my
Not
primary.
from chafing.
Not from chafing, but I
Right.
went to some posterior pain.
Mhm.
Is that the front? Anterior. Posterior.
Anterior, posterior.
I was having some anterior pain.
Mm.
Okay.
So I went to my primary care physician in Atlanta, and he goes, oh, I know what the problem is. And he goes, just take your pants off and turn around. And I was like, excuse me, sir.
Did you tell him that you weren't wearing underwear? Or was this a surprise?
Well, we're headed there. No, he didn't know.
Okay.
This is
but-
a surprise.
It's gonna be a surprise
But
for both of us.
he says, just take your pants off and turn around. I need to check your prostate. And I was like, excuse me, sir, the pain is in the front.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, yeah, but we need to check your prostate. And I go, are you going to pay me so you can put your finger up my butt? And then he goes, no, sir, you're going to pay me so I can put my finger up your butt. And that was fine. Then he refers me to a urologist.
That was fine.
And the urologist goes,
So
hey, man.
He didn't do anything for you.
He just referred me out after put his
Yeah.
finger up my butt. Yeah.
So wait, there was no like, he
Oh.
didn't fix anything.
Well, he didn't know. He just said I had a boggy prostate.
I can teach you this.
Okay.
So
For the people at home too.
for
'cause-
the people
yeah.
at home,
Yeah, for everyone watching this story.
well, and
train wreck.
mostly males.
Yes.
yeah, mostly.
This is
Okay.
no, women are probably curious too. What's up?
Yeah. Okay. I think women should know. And
Yeah.
some people would.
It's fine.
Would you ever let Liz check your prostate?
What?
I think I would. I don't think she would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're touching your prostate and it oh, okay. We'll go to the nose. If it should feel squishy like this, that's what it should feel like.
This is definitely being an Instagram clip.
Yes.
This is
Just
right
this.
here.
And then right here, this is boggy.
Oh, this is boggy?
This is boggy.
Oh.
And then
This is
this
what my prostate feels
this like feeling this
This is
this is actually not good. This would be like hypertrophy, meaning it's too big, or even like cancer. So you don't you don't
crap.
forehead.
This is okay.
This is okay.
Okay-ish.
Boggy.
Yeah, this is
Do
where I
you
was
still
at.
have a boggy prostate?
I don't know.
He hasn't checked.
I don't know.
You should.
Jamie offered to check once, and I said, I'll see you at church on Sunday, so I'll go to someone else.
That's fair.
yeah,
I
that's
did.
fair.
That's
That's fair.
But this guy, he referred me to the urologist, and
Yeah.
ultimately the urologist is like, hey, you just need to start wearing underwear, and it'll solve your pain.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it?
It's all about
Yes.
support. It's all about
Yes.
support.
Yes.
Now, I thought the big complaint about underwear is that it's constricting and you're
Well,
not supposed to.
Have you seen these new hammock underwear?
Yes.
Have you tried them?
I don't
No.
like them. I don't like them.
You've
don't
tried
The
them.
banana hammock? No.
The banana.
Yeah.
Is it called the banana hammock?
That's what I called it.
Okay. Oh, I was like, I didn't think they marketed it like that.
I don't know what they marketed it as, but I don't like.
love it,
I
you
don't like
just
the
name
compartment.
an underwear.
I don't like the compartment.
I would love
my
to see your
God.
Amazon shirt,
We
sister.
haven't even gotten to my wedding where I didn't wear underwear.
we got to circle back.
Oh my God, the story's
Yeah.
not over.
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you how I solved my medical crisis. That's where I'm
alright.
headed.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
at this wedding with no underwear on. This urologist has already told me you need to start wearing
Mhm.
underwear. I ignored him. So I'm at this wedding.
Non-compliant.
Non-compliant.
You're like me.
So I bend down to take this photo, and when I do, it ripped right through the middle of the pants.
Nice.
Yeah, I just full display.
Dude.
Thank
Don't-
God I had my camera bag, so pulled it in front of me.
Okay.
And
Wait, where were you? Like what
I
position
was
were you in?
squatting, dog.
You were squatting for
Yeah.
what? Formals, reception?
just some detail photo.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
details.
I
it's all in the details.
All in the
yeah,
details.
no, it was. So I found the groomsmen. I was like, I found the groomsmen hanging out in this
And
room.
you were like, do you have any pants?
Yes.
Yes.
And they were like,
See,
why? And so then I should have done this professionally, but I just moved my camera bag and they're like, oh, now we know why. And they gave me a pair of pants. But my second photographer for the day ran to like Target or Walmart or something
Mhm.
and bought me another pair of pants.
But no
Yeah.
underwear.
and bought me underwear.
Oh, okay, good
and
man.
I've been wearing underwear ever
Ever
since.
since. Nice.
Those same pairs.
Man.
Same brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't tempt you with a good time. You'll show up. Yeah.
I will.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's all I
You'll-
have.
you'll
You guys
show
can
out.
carry the rest
Show
of this.
out.
Yeah.
It'll come
Yeah.
out.
You've actually split your pants multiple times. Like we were doing, you were
Yeah.
doing a food shoot down at
Condado Tacos.
Tacos,
Yeah.
Mm.
and you split your pants again, and I had to run you pants.
Yeah.
What is with this?
Well, I've been putting on weight.
Oh,
It's
hey,
not funny. My dad died
Okay.
and I started putting on weight, all right?
okay.
You cannot blame your dead dad for your weight problem. What would he think?
I don't know what he would think.
That's fair.
Oh
He's
my
not here.
God, this got real. This got real.
We always joke about his dead
Hey,
parents.
well, okay, so that is a note though. You're saying that you're gaining weight. You actually do need the minerals that are in these bags to help with metabolism. So a note to brides
Oh.
and grooms, you know, if you're trying to do the,
Beach body.
you know,
Mhm.
good look good naked. LGN. Why
Yeah,
is that
LGN.
so hard to say? LGN.
Is that a thing?
It is
LGN?
a thing.
The LGN
The people
plan.
are like, "Are you on the LGN diet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look good naked diet."
right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You could do this in advance.
I think Cascadian's laughing.
And help yourself.
Yep.
We even have something. It's called the MIC injection,
Ooh.
and that is also to support weight loss. It's not like a a semi-glutide or Ozempic
Mhm.
or anything, but it just gives you the body the nutrients it needs to do its thing.
Help kickstart.
It's an injection or that's an
Nice.
IV?
We have both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah. So most people don't realize like weight loss is like a game of Tetris, or putting on weight for that matter. If
Mm.
if you don't have enough insulin sensitivity, your body will then convert any carb or sugar into fat, and like you really need magnesium.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crap.
Oopsie.
But you're getting your IV.
Yeah, I'm
Kanan.
getting my IV. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I eat after that I gotta fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You know, little
I'm doing
shot,
better.
little shot of apple cider vinegar before you eat crap.
I take that. Well, I don't take it
Before
before
what?
I eat crap. I take it at night.
If you do a little shot of apple cider vinegar, it can help break down sugar.
Really?
Yeah. So
Huh.
most people don't realize that like your fries are going to turn into sugar. They're like,
Mhm.
that's a potato, not
It's
a
a
sugar.
vegetable.
You know, sure, sure, good.
Good.
A,
for you, Chris.
A plus.
You do a good
You
job,
look at the
Chris.
pyramid.
You're so cute.
That wheat, that's bread.
Yeah.
It's a vegetable.
Bless your heart. That's what they say,
what we
Yeah.
say down
in the
here.
I'm from
South.
here. I'll take that.
Yeah.
The other thing was for vendors, because
Mhm.
in the wedding industry and events industry, we have
Mhm.
something that's called a wedding hangover
Yes.
for anyone, planners, anyone working in the industry, photographers,
Mhm,
everybody,
mhm.
you get done with a busy weekend
Yeah,
of
and you're
events,
hungover.
and you literally feel like your body hurts,
Yes.
like your joint, not just like
It's
your
because
muscles are
it's
sore.
because like even though you guys are extroverts, and I would qualify you guys as extroverts.
Oh,
Would you say,
certainly.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can use up your dopamine and your serotonin. It's not like it's a never-ending well of those things. And if
Mhm.
you're not replacing the nutrients necessary to make more,
Yeah.
you're just gonna feel for several days. That's a medical term, by the way.
Yeah,
I've seen it on
Yeah,
charts.
I've
and
seen that on
charts. Like
charts.
this patient has, you're gonna feel that way for a couple
That's what
days.
Jamie says when she sees me when she comes in the room.
Ugh.
Ugh,
Yes,
again.
that is literally what I think when I see your name. I'm like, gotta tell him he didn't do this again.
You got ghost in your blood.
Should we tell them that I dreamed about you the other day?
I don't know.
Oh,
And
wow.
that wasn't the good kind of dream. Remember?
Oh,
I was like-
this is a while ago. You made this seem like a very recent dream.
No, you know, like how kids say yesterday and they
Yeah,
mean a couple
yeah,
years ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that.
What was
Yeah.
the dream?
I just dreamed about him, and I woke up really unsettled, and I was like, Kanan, when's the last time Kanan's come in? And I looked
Aw.
it up, and I'm like, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So then I said he needs to come in, and he needed to come in.
I needed to come in, and the reason I hadn't been in a long time is because every time I come in, it's bad news, which is not her fault. It's my fault, but she's.
I'm
also,
just the bearer, of bad news,
news.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's weird for my personality because I'm like, I like to be fun. I like to
Yeah.
be fun, Jamie. You know, like we grew up, I was fun, James, and now I'm like sad, James.
No, it's not sad. It's just kind of like, oh crap.
But okay, hey, but you know, you're yeah. It's like,
Gotta make some changes. It's like that Tim Robinson or whatever. I think you should leave real, where he's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah,
That's how I feel after leaving the office.
but
But not every patient feels that way.
Not
when
everyone.
you're
Most people are like real excited.
here. Yeah.
I think so. I
I'm
hope
excited.
so. I
Yeah.
hope so.
I feel like most people love you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you don't love me.
No, it's not that. No,
You
I'm
know,
just
it's
saying like
the information.
I walk out and I'm like, I got work to do.
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
So you know, my job is like, you know, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Yours is more like a weekend
Mhm.
venue. I like in the medical industry. I have a hangover too on
Mhm.
Saturdays,
Oh,
and I
really?
call them sad Saturdays.
Sad
Mm.
Saturdays.
Sad Saturdays, and I will try to. I notice if I don't like book an IV every my frequency. I think I get one every about like 6 weeks. It's funny. I work down the hall. I just don't have time to do this every
Mhm.
single day. But so I have to schedule it out, or Julie or
Mhm.
Heather, our IV nurses, will
Yeah.
remind me, "Hey, it's time," or "You're kind of acting sad."
And is that
Tell me.
is that a combination of physical, emotional depletion, or
Well, it's what I told you, but you weren't listening.
okay? that may have happened.
So
That may have
what do
happened.
you use up as
Oh,
a
the dopamine.
vendor?
You used up all the
You used-
dopamine. I was
cause,
listening.
Because my extroverting, I've used up
Yeah.
all my extrovert.
Okay.
It's gone, and then I'm mad at Marco.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so
That's real.
it's real.
hmm Yeah, so that's one of the things too, like for vendors, because I mean, like I have noticed a difference when I do IVs approaching busy season. You kind of have to be strategic
Yeah.
with it, where you're like,
Mhm.
oh man, October's coming.
Yeah.
About a week or 2 weeks before, I come in for an immune booster IV,
Mhm.
and it does. It helps me get through that busy season where
Mhm.
it's like just shoots back to back to back all week.
And it's not just about, I think people got into their head like immune, like support your immune system. But I feel like mental health
yeah,
is like something people are becoming more open to talking about. It's
Sure.
not like your weird Aunt Jan, you know, it's like, oh, mental health is something we should care about and that we all have.
yeah,
You know, I think the IVs really like we have mood enhancing IVs. And, you know, if you lose a day of your life every weekend because you're not like, or during the week because you're recovering,
Mhm.
because you just don't have any more gas in your tank.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Huh.
that you become more efficient as like a friend, as like a person,
Mhm.
as a vendor, as, you know, a human being when you're just like replacing your nutrients. And so I like that about the IVs because I think it is really difficult, even if you're trying to be like a compliant person and eat all the good stuff.
Mhm.
Like our life in the US is so fast paced that
Mhm.
sometimes I'm like, sometimes we're not even chewing our food, much less absorbing our food. So
That's-
just because you eat like a
Yeah.
plate of
For me.
real good food you know, you might be like scarfing it down like this animal. You know, we were raised in
Midwest.
Dixon, Illinois.
get it.
That's happens. We're like a little half man, half beast. So you know,
Half bride, half
he's in there
bear.
going.
I hate that it's accurate. what you just said,
Accurate.
though.
It's so accurate. And then when we drink water, half of it misses our lips. It's like Marco was like, "Are you swallowing the water? Like, why is your shirt wet?" So,
Midwest people are just like kind of
Can't comprehend
feral.
that.
well,
It's like-
it's because we were raised by a nuclear power plant.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
we glow a little bit, and I
Yeah.
kind of walk like this. But all that to say,
I'm friends with a couple of good chiropractors though.
yeah.
yeah, we've been fixed. We've done therapy.
Yeah.
We have done things.
I've done some things. Yeah.
We're better. We've evolved.
I actually have never considered getting IVs for my wedding hangovers or in the season. I do come here and get a
For your
massage a
mood.
couple times, 3 times a
Mhm.
year from Kim,
Yeah.
which really
Yeah.
helps during wedding season
Yeah.
because like just holding the camera up so much, I get super tight back here.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel convinced. I'm like, all right, I might.
So
I might come
as a
through here.
provider, I have to sign like a lot of charts and chart a lot of things. When I start getting behind on my charts or like editing pictures is taking longer than it typically does, or something mundane where you
Mhm.
have to have like, you know,
It's taking a lot of
you have to
mental
have
energy.
some stamina
Yeah.
to do it. If you get an IV, you'll be that much more efficient.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. I really am.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
thanks.
touches my heart.
I
Bless
hear
you.
you say it like that, but I also think you really mean it.
50%.
Okay. Anyway, that's
No,
good
but
enough.
that is cool
That's
because
good
like one of the things that because I tell people about like what I do with getting IVs. I mean, I've
Mhm.
even like made posts on my business account
Mhm.
anytime I get an IV
Mhm.
because I'm like, it's that time of the year. I'm getting my IVs. Like post about it, tag HFC because it really does help so much. So
Yeah.
like, and I
Mhm.
tell people when they're like, what do you do during busy season? Blah blah blah. Like, or like even going to the salt room. You guys have this really
Mhm.
cool salt room here.
Mhm.
That like just something if you're like feeling you're congested, you've got a sore throat, you've got headaches or whatever.
Mhm.
The salt room even
Mhm.
doing a couple of sessions in there.
Yep.
Perks that right
Do
up.
you
kicks
feel
that.
like a lot of venues allow for smoking?
No.
Outside, but not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
don't see
say
it a
if
lot.
you're ever in a venue where there's like heavy smoke, or even in some of these really beautiful old historic places that have a lot of mold, like or air conditioners that haven't been cleaned in like a
Mhm.
millennia, I'll notice people like after the weekend are like spending a long time in there. They feel congested, they feel stuffy.
Mm.
That halotherapy is amazing for helping clear that out. So,
Nice.
and it's a 20-minute session.
Mhm.
It's supposed to simulate being at the beach.
Yeah, I
So-
haven't been, but my wife Anna, she brings the baby probably once a week, dude. She loves it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's a favorite. It's a favorite. And you don't have to be an established patient at HFC to enjoy any of these therapies that I've
Mhm.
said.
Which that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's
What's
Yeah.
the like website if people are gonna like try to book stuff, make an appointment?
Well, it can be reached from just the www.hopewell Family Care website, and it has like a little sub
drop down.
Okay.
drop down
Yeah.
that you can access it there. You can also access it by calling. There's also a Mind Body app that you could
Yeah, yep.
download and make appointments through there. But you know, everybody here that this might be unique in medical care, but everybody here really loves people. You know, I've been to clinics where people did not love people.
Right.
Mhm.
You gotta love people, and everybody here really does. So
It was
everybody
like a
wants to help
diet
you
Arnold
out.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sound like Arnold?
It was a diet Arnold Schwarzenegger is what I'm saying.
A diet?
A diet Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger. Like light.
Like a low
Arnold
key?
Schwarzenegger
Yeah, like a
light.
low calorie Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Interesting. I don't know, but it's fine.
We'll watch it later.
Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to say real quick before we wrap up?
Have
feel
you
good?
rechecked your cholesterol lately?
No, we need to do that though because I'm on round 2 of the prescription.
Really?
Yeah, and I think we need to do
Way to
that.
go, Kanan.
I need to come back in.
Just
He's
so we
follow
can
doing
through.
check.
things.
There's probably some other things. Hey, I'm working out.
It's true.
Eating pretty
I've
clean.
seen him at 6
Pretty
a.m.
clean.
lifting weights.
Pretty clean.
Pretty clean.
Pretty clean. Got to still have some joy.
Yeah, there's got to be some joy in there.
Yeah.
Like when me and Chris were in San Diego, we had a lot of in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I can't get it here.
But we're not talking about his pants.
No, we're not talking about his pants. And I'm talking about
Different
other
Chris
I'm
also.
talking about Chris behind the
Who
camera.
knows
Chris.
if I've
Oh.
been there?
Yeah,
That one.
because there's gotta be some joy in your life,
There's
and
gotta
In
be
and Out
some-
is one of those joys.
It
so-
sure is.
Yeah. So, but enough about my cholesterol.
I thought I
and
ruined
In and Out.
Uh,
No, we talked about the website, which that was a really good point, that you don't have to be an established patient to use any of these therapies. which
But
is
you
really great, too.
are.
I am, and I do
So-
use them.
So you could come in and,
Here we are.
Use them.
yeah.
So, anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
anything else from your wedding that you didn't highlight besides
Oh,
not remembering who cleaned
Like-
it up?
Do you know I
Like-
accidentally didn't wear shoes?
and there's a half naked
Accidentally
man in your
didn't
car.
wear shoes.
There was also a naked man in my car, and it was not my husband.
No. It was-
It was a
Yeah.
different man.
A wee little man.
A wee little man was he.
Jesus.
He didn't climb up in a sycamore tree. He got in our car, and I have never seen Marco so mad in my entire life.
Okay.
He
all
goes,
right.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah, we can tell
Yeah.
a story.
Really
'cause
short.
I want to tell it from my perspective too, and it was so funny.
Really short
Yeah.
story, but we're doing the Irish goodbye and getting in the car, and apparently there was multiple variations of like what they were going to do. At one
Yeah.
point, they had like a baby stroller strapped to the top,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, that's not safe. We should take it off." But then they thought, "Oh, it'd be really safe to put a naked person in the car. Like they're not going to crash, or,
Yeah.
or anything like that."
Mhm.
Anyway, we get in the car. I have like bird seed, and I'm already choking on bird seed, and I'm trying to like chase it down.
Choking on
with-
bird
I
seed.
literally was choking on bird seed. I was like coughing. I have a weird thing, like things go up my nose
With bird seed?
With no, just anything
Oh.
small like rice.
Hard
or
time drinking
popcorn.
water.
I have a hard time drinking water. It's the
Yeah.
nuclear plant. Anyway, we get going, and all of a sudden, Mitchell Buchanan like takes the blanket off and jumps out buck naked with flashing lights, and starts going. He goes, "Surprise!"
Man, he has not changed at all.
At all.
And you can look at our wedding video, and all you see is us going out into the distance, and all of a sudden the car goes. Marco goes, "Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Mitchell, get out of the car!" Like he is losing
I
his
love
mind. And Mitchell's like, "Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! I gotta take your picture." And the pictures that we
I'm
received.
gonna take your
That's so
That was
dumb.
part of the plan to take our picture, like the. But it was like
Oh
Marco's
my
already
God.
yelling at him, so the pictures are like Marco going like this, and like the
Oh my
ceiling of the
gosh, I'd love to
car,
see those
and like
photos.
just they're
Jamie
just.
choking on bird seed.
I'm like, it's just the most chaotic moment.
Yeah.
He throws him out of the car. Mitchell's trying to grab his clothes.
Yeah.
And the next morning we get a text. It's like, "Hey guys, I have a details shift. I need my shoes. Could you guys come back?"
No way.
And we're like,
oh my
Ah,
gosh.
Well, we won't be doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh my God, that's so
Mitchell.
funny.
That was
you
a
didn't
bad
wear shoes
decision.
to your wedding.
So
and he
from
lost his
our-
shoes at your
From the
wedding.
perspective of the
Oh,
people,
I never even connected that. Yeah.
the perspective of the people that were watching this happen is the car just slams to a halt. Like gravel kicks up, there's dust, and then like
The
30
lights, the headlights.
yeah, and then 30 seconds later, you just see Mitchell and his whitey tighties come running down the gravel driveway with clutching his clothes.
Yeah, and it's not even. I'm imagining he's not running a straight line. It's like one
No,
of those
it was,
Western
yeah,
it
movies
was
where
like
somebody dodges bullets or something.
it was like The
Marco's
Office.
shooting at him.
Dwight's Amish cousin or brother or whatever, like his run is what it looked like, just zigzagging across the lawn. back and forth.
Yeah.
It was really
I
funny.
love that.
Marcos can be scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Scary man.
Anyway, on that note, I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel great.
Yeah, that
Thank
was-
you so
that was
much.
Wonderful.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so much for being on.
having
Yeah,
me.
thanks for letting us come in
This
and
was fun.
Yeah, it's
talk about IV therapy for
However long.
vendors, but for like both sides, for like clients and for vendors.
Yeah, both sides, man.
Both sides.
Anterior and posterior.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
On that note,
Interior and posterior.
thanks so much for
My biology
watching,
101
guys.
class.
This is the wrap up of
Thank
season
y'all.
1. And for real, any of these therapies, you don't have to be an established patient here. It's really, really great. We use them all the time. Come in, use them, see them, be benefited by them.
Choose us.
You've got
Love,
questions.
love them.
You got
Use-
prostate
choose them.
questions. Jamie's your girl. There you go.
Yeah,
Now we know.
yeah. If it's your nose, a good move. Getting risky. Oh, you're in trouble. That's what we learned today.
This is what we're ending on?
Yeah.
The whole season's wrapping up with
Chris's split pants and messed up
Yeah,
prostate.
you need to write that
Anyway,
up.
thank you so much. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next season.